Have you ever wanted to be Paul Bunyan with his ox, or Alice in Wonderland?
Wait, say that word again.
Ox.
Ox?
Yeah.
Like, you chop a tree down with an ox?
No. Before their stories were written, Paul Bunyan, Alice in Wonderland, Little Red Riding Hood, Robin Hood, Sherlock Holmes, and more all went to school together.
Really?
And they trained to become better and better legends. This is Legend Academy, in which you're going to be taking those characters, putting them in school. It's way more exciting than that sounds. It's a mix of deck building, worker placement, an adventure game on a map. You're traversing the map in front of us. You are moving to castles and fighting, in this case, Lilliputs from Gulliver's Travel. You're going to school and acquiring new cards to build your deck. You are leveling up those cards and sliding in these sleek little pieces into the sleeves, making a move 6, now a move 6 attack 2. You're going to be manipulating them, and you're going to be getting money, buying equipment, all with the sole goal of beating out your colleagues and students.
Yeah.
To become legend.
Good job. That was well done.
Was that more dramatic than it should have been?
No, that was 100% exactly how it's a legendary school, man.
That's true.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, this is like a D1 school.
Yeah.
Like, D0.
D0.
This is a D0 school.
D0 school. I don't know.
Paul Bunyan would be an incredible tight end. It's like Tim Tebow if he was actually good at football.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
In Legend Academy, we are going to be taking these legends before their stories were written and fighting not necessarily against one another, but competing against
competition.
One another to complete objectives and earn money and get kills on things. And throughout that story, we're leveling up and becoming the best we can be.
Yeah.
And at the end of that game, we'll be comparing our scores and seeing how well we did in our exam and saying who wins.
Yeah. So, Max, you know way more about this game than I do.
Yes, I have played this game.
You played the game. You had it set up as I walked in the door. We were like, we're going to shoot a video. Josh, come sit down. So I know about as much as the Gamefound has told me.
Yes.
And how much you have told me, which is I'm giving him a little less credit than he deserves.
A little.
But that was for comedy. Tell me about that leveling.
Really funny.
Yeah, thank you so much. People tell me I'm a funny guy. Tell me about
the second time you said that today. You said that twice today. Yes, you did.
I put it as a meme on our
Discord, which you should check out. Link in the description. Anyways, back to Legend Academy.
Yeah, tell me about the leveling up system. How do you level up? What is the point of leveling up? I mean, I know what the point of leveling up is.
I was about to say, do you want to be weak the whole game?
Yeah, but like, what do you get?
Sure.
And what is the payoff?
Sure. So you're going to be starting the game with a certain set of cards that is somewhat unique to your character. Some of them are going to be the same cards all around, but then you start leveling up and building your deck with cards entirely unique to your character. In the example of Little Red, who I have right here, it's also like a skill tree as well. You will go to school using worker placement actions, selecting the better actions to get a card and 2 upgrades rather than a card. You have to be the first one there to get better actions. Then you're going to be choosing which way to go. You can start with Throw Trap, Evade, Claw, Throwing Dagger, or Gather, and then move on from there, building out your skill tree however you see fit. All the while, these cards are being added to your deck, giving you different abilities. For example, I know Claw is basically like if you've ever seen you've played Gloomhaven before. You've got a hex. If I'm here, I can do 3 damage to 3 hexes next to me. So it's allowing you to have better attacks, have better movement, get treasures better. For example, Gather, I know, if you're on a treasure space, not only do you get the opportunity to purchase a treasure, you actually don't have to pay for it. So normally when you go there, you would buy some equipment with some money that you've earned. Using Gather, you just get whichever one you want for free. So you're building out your deck, trying to utilize either, for me, when I played this game, I played Little Red, and I was going hardcore movement. I wanted to be around the map. I didn't care about dealing damage. Granted, I came in last place, so probably not great advice to take from me, but I didn't care about dealing damage. I wanted to gather treasures and get to the castles as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
All the while, you've got Paul Bunyan over here doing like a split axe, taking out the Lilliputs left and right, literally left and right, and I did nothing about it, and he ran away with the game.
Okay, so you... Tell me about that, like the point system, because you said that you got to try to get to the castles, but it's not whoever gets those first.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
There is a ultimate objective in each storybook. The ultimate objective of this storybook was to get to 3 castles, basically. If you did not get to 3 castles, all right, Jeff. If you did not get to 3 castles by the end of the game, you lost 30 points. You could still technically win.
Okay.
If you were ahead by enough. But if you do not complete that objective, you lose 30 points. As you're traversing the map, each turn you're going to be acquiring new, basically smaller objectives. For example, I could acquire, you keep 2 in front of you, personal objectives. One might say, use an attack card 3 times this turn. One might say, kill 2 enemies this turn, or move 10 spaces this turn, or use 2 equipment this turn. Those are your personal objectives. Each time you complete one, you get 10, 15, 20, 25 victory points. Move up on that track, and you can get another one later. Then, every time you kill something, you get victory points. Every time you go to the castle, you get victory points.
Okay.
So, there's many different ways to go about scoring points.
Yeah.
The thing you have to figure out is how do I score them most efficiently, and also likely you want to track on that main objective. Yeah. You could technically ignore it, but I know in our game, Paul Bunyan won. He completed the objective on the final turn, and if he did not, he would not have won. He only won by 20-something points, not a full 30. If he wasn't able to complete that objective, he would have came in second place.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Question about the main objective.
Sure.
You said, I mean, I assume because it's a storybook and it changes. Do you know how drastically those change?
I don't, but I imagine fairly drastically.
Okay, cool.
So in the prototype, let's keep in mind, these are all prototyping components. I know you can't really see the components, but I'm going to do a little bit of B-roll after this, make sure we get some kind of visual for you. But we only have the one. There are going to be many stories in this game of Legend Academy, and I believe each one will be fairly different. In this game of Gulliver's Travels, we are the giants trying to fend off the attacks from these Lilliputs. So that is the objective, is to walk around the map, fend off their attacks, and visit the castles. I'm imagining when you go into the Lost World, or when you go into the Jungle Book, or Alice in Wonderland, or something like that, that they're going to be very different. I can't speak on that from experience, just my expectations with how the game is set up.
You gotta look for those bare necessities with, oh my gosh. What is the guy's name?
I'm not mad.
Now I'm
just disappointed.
Do you know his name?
Mowgli?
No, not Mowgli. The bear. The bear is what his name? Boo.
Boo?
No.
Sully?
No. What? Monsters Inc. What the heck? It's kind of like the same character though.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
I already get dragged enough for not watching movies. This is gonna be.
I'm just hurting you.
Jamie's gonna get on me. This is a Disney movie. She's normally not that mean. She's gonna get on us. You are severely disappointing her right now. This game comes with many different characters, many different storybooks. Like I've said, the ones that have been confirmed so far that I'm aware of as far as character goes are Sherlock Holmes, Arthur, and Merlin. You've got Red Riding Hood, you've got Paul Bunyan, you've got Alice in Wonderland, you've got Robin Hood, and then you've got stories that are come from different public IP things like the Jungle Book, Alice in Wonderland, things like that, Gulliver's Travels in this example. I think that the combination of the worker placement, which isn't the most, it's not the most in-depth, it's not the most strategical, but it's a nice little add-on there, right? You're going to classes, and basically I see it as kind of visually, you're getting the front row seat. Like, you're the goody-goody two-shoes. You're being the teacher's pet, taking the first row seat. The last person to arrive in class has missed something. He doesn't earn everything. He's not learned as much as the other folks that have arrived there earliest and next and next. So I like that thematic sense in me personally. You're going to 4 classes. You're going to your 8 o'clock class, then you go back to the board. Your 10 o'clock class, back to the board. 12 o'clock class, back to the board. Then your 2 o'clock class. So I like the way that it thematically works. I think that this game thematically works very well for me. I love it in the sense of you're developing these legends. Honestly, I think I love the sense of developing your legend at school, whatnot, competing against your other students, far more than I actually care about the IPs.
Yeah.
I'm certain that that's a me thing, and I doubt everyone else feels the same. It's a big draw, kind of like Unmatched, but for a totally different game system, is that part of the reason they're able to hook you is because they have some really cool public IP characters that draw you in. I think that's great. But the thing that interests me more is the going to school and competing on this map and I think it worked really well. I've only played this game one time, and this is one of those circumstances where I just had fun. Like I don't exactly know how to tell you what I loved about it.
No, I think that the whole idea of sending people to a school or an academy, like there's a movie. This sounds so dumb, but there's a movie called Sky High. Have you ever heard of it before? And it, like the whole premise.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, no, not at all. The whole premise behind it is like superheroes. They meet up at school and like. It's
just like an old like Spy Kids-esque kind of movie.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I have
maybe you have seen it.
Yeah,
You've seen this, but not Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. Okay, never mind. But Sky High is giving it gives me that kind of
me like that.
I don't know. I do enjoy that idea. So thematically, get me there. You're saying that as they are accomplishing these tasks, they're running back to class?
No.
Okay. Okay, you said they go back to the board.
When I said that, I thought that might come off confusing.
Okay.
That wouldn't make sense.
Okay, I was going to say, I was like, they're in a race, but, I got to go back to class.
No, there is a thematic disconnect there, right?
Okay.
Like, yes, they are attending these classes in between their turns on the board. But that's obviously not, they're not like, oh, see you, Lilliputs, we'll be back. We got to go learn more ways to kill you.
Yeah.
No, in potions class, we talked about how to do this.
Yeah.
Oh! One of my favorite things from the campaign is honestly that you buy the game, you get the game. Like, as of now, at least, there's 2 pledge levels. The game and 4 copies of the game. If you and some friends want to get a little bit of a discount.
Or if you just want 4 copies.
You just want 4 copies of the game. I don't know. You want to play Red Riding Hood versus Red Riding Hood versus Red Riding Hood versus Red Riding Hood. So you have to acquire 4 copies of the game. Look, I don't know how you want to do it. You play the game your way. But I like that. I like that there's not... Look, you may have just seen our video on CMON games. I loved them. I like that there are still Kickstarters out there that don't put $400 worth of add-ons in front of your face for you to get the entire experience.
Yes.
I like, and to clarify, this is a Gamefound, I like that they're doing that. It's one level, you get all the stretch goals, and this prototype is obviously a prototype. But I expect the game to be fairly well produced. Not to the levels of CMON or something ridiculous like that, but the game is going to be fairly well produced. The card art that they've shared in the Discord, which not my Discord, card art looks fantastic so far. Yeah,
really?
It looks really good. I mean, it's not the most beautiful I've ever seen, but it's very good.
I'm glad because some of this is meh, but like it's pretty good.
The card art in the prototype is not.
Yeah,
hot.
To be fair, there's a card that I'm holding that says its title is Big Ol' Boy, and I love that. I think that's awesome.
I hope the title stays. The art just changed.
Yeah,
no, the art they've shared, it's clear they're going in a totally different direction that is much improved. I really like the card art, honestly. It might be my favorite art in the whole game, and this is not an ugly game. It's a pretty game. If anything I've said has given you reason to check out the Gamefound page, I encourage you to do so. This Gamefound ends August 30th, so not very long after this video is going up, but I encourage you to check it out. It's really unique. It's nothing like I've played. I'll fully admit, I've never played Dune Imperium or Arnak, and I don't think it can compare to those.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
I don't think it'll compare to those at all. I strictly mean that in the sense that it's a deck builder worker placement kind of, but I don't think it's the same. The whole map makes this entirely different.
Yeah.
It's a totally new genre that melds these together, and I know sometimes games are just mechanic vomit. Take everything you can, put it in a game, and see what works. And I genuinely think that this does work. It's not like they just tried to throw every mechanic at the wall and see what sticks. I think it works thematically, mechanically, and I think it works well. This is one that I'm very excited to table again. Well, I played it on TTS first time. Very excited to table it for the first time, and really looking forward to more characters, more storybooks, because honestly, that is the thing that draws me in the most. Like I said, the characters are one thing, but the stories are something that I'm very excited about experiencing and trying out. I've never read Gulliver's Travels, so...
He never will.
I probably won't. I have Aphantasia. Books don't do it for me.
Movies apparently don't either.
Oh my god, I love movies. I should watch them. Anyways, I still really enjoyed the game, having no real thematic tie to the story that was being presented to me.
Yeah.
I really think that when it's The Jungle Book, when it's The Lost World, and there's dinosaurs running around and stuff like that, I think I'll be even more inclined to like this game, even more than I already have. if this interests you at all, I encourage you to check out that Gamefound. I think it is doing a wonderful mishmash of mechanics and theme and storytelling. I think it does it very well. Josh, I hope this... Josh. Doolin.
Who's Josh?
Who's Josh?
Just kidding.
Doolin, I hope this kind of intrigues you enough to want to check it out even more. And let us know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them, or if I don't know them, point you in the right direction.
Yeah, honestly, too, if you think, like, if we get enough likes or, like, even interest in general to this, let us know if you want to see a playthrough of this.
I'd love to do a playthrough with you. Yeah, so, it likely would not happen before the campaign. It would not.
No, it wouldn't.
Not even likely. It wouldn't happen before the campaign ended. They very well may have a late pledge. I have no idea. But, yeah, if you'd like to see this played.
Oh, hey, Draco.
He couldn't. Oh, he's not on camera yet. There he is. You couldn't make it a video. We almost had it.
No, too cute.